Alright, what's going on, guys? So, we're going to start this Camaro, I almost called it a Mustang. This Camaro in Avery Roaring Thunder. I'm going to do some videos on this because this is a directional film. I wouldn't run the risk of running in opposite direction, but try and run it the same direction if you can. No idea who this is, so we'll ignore that. But yes, so we need to run most of this vehicle in the same direction. Now when it comes to the hood is larger than 60 inches going across, and it's very close to 60 inches going this way. So if not, it's a little bit bigger than 60 inches. I didn't even measure it lengthwise, so I measured the width only, because I know that the width of the hood is usually always larger than 60 inches, all right? So we're going to, I've already prepped the surface. It does have marks. It is a daily driven car, so as we know with daily driven cars, we are going to run into situations where the paint is not perfect. Now, when it comes to prep, we wash the car with a great degreasing soap, and then on top of that, we use a clay rag or a clay bar and strip down any contaminants that might be like tree sap, insects baked on, stuff like that, all right? So we want to make sure, sorry, I'm just going to check the battery level, perfect. So we want to make sure that the surface is as smooth as possible, all right? Now, on top of that, what I've done is I've sprayed the surface down with a compressor, making sure that there's no extra contaminants or particles kicking around, and now we're going to wrap it, all right? So I've got my piece cut. I've cut it at 66, 67 inches, around there. And there's the beautiful Roaring Thunder, all right? So, position the film, so we're good. We are good as far as length goes. The hood is not longer than 60 inches, just like the Mustang is, so keep in mind that if you have a Mustang, especially a newer model for sure, they have hoods that are longer than 60 inches. So we do have to use a bit of a different technique. I've done them in one piece in chrome, so you can do them. It's not that difficult. All right, let's get to it. So we're going to start by removing the backing paper, of course. And we're going to keep it as flat as possible. Now this hood, as you notice, has quite a hood scoop on it. So I'm going to stick the magnet down there just to hold it. And when it comes to trimming off extra from the corners, I'm not going to. I'm just getting a little bound up right here, and I just moved the vinyl over on this side. So let's not do that. So what's happening is that it's hitting the wiper blades, but I'm going to actually pull the backing paper back a little bit here and anchor the film better, since the magnet doesn't seem to be, one magnet doesn't seem to be enough. All right, and it's a bit of a tight squeeze in here today. We don't have much room. We have like 7 or 8 cars in here right now, and 4 of them are wrapped, or being wrapped. All right, let's do that there again. And now let's continue to get this backing paper off as smooth as possible. And the reason being is why we want to remove the backing paper as smooth as possible is that we don't want to be creating any wrinkles that we have to heat out. So we just want it to be smooth right from the get-go. And it looks like we're getting still bound up on the wiper blade. The paper's hooking onto the wiper blade, so we have things that we have to work around sometimes when it comes to just doing a hood. They're usually not that difficult though. What I want to do is generally get it, sorry for the noise, just get this out of the way. So generally what we want to do is smooth this out, especially the center piece, as much as possible. By doing that, what we're going to do is flop it like a bed sheet, all right? Cool? So, if some of you don't have any experience making your bed, then this isn't really going to work that well for you. But, practice. If you practice making your bed, you'll be able to do this. So what I want to do is start drawing some of the film out to the edge. We always work panels, or especially large panels, in sections, all right? So check out the center, it's perfect. Now what I'm going to do, just to ease up some scratching, what I want to do is, Yellow Tools gave me a wet squeegee, which I'm going to use, and especially for this. So we have a wet squeegee. It's fairly firm. So we're going to see how it goes. I don't know if I like it or not, but you could probably use these buffers on any squeegee that they have, or any squeegees in general. These are probably, these look like heavy duty buffers. So what I'm going to do is use a bit of shield guard, and I want to anchor the middle, alright? Hinge it, anchor it, whatever you want to call it. So we're going to start by working to the recess, not into the recess just yet. And you can see that air is building up. So no matter how great air release is, we have to watch this. When we will eventually have to lift an edge, like up here, it's tight. So, and I haven't even pushed down on the film yet, even though Avery is pressure sensitive. So you cannot just glass out your panel and squeegee the hell out of it. It does not work that way, guys. No matter what anybody says, it's not going to work well for you in the end. You're going to start getting bound up with some wrinkles or too much air. You're going to have to go too slow. You want to move quickly when it comes to obviously these very flat areas, all right? And so I'm leaving this because this is an air escape right here. And so is this. But eventually when I get to here, I'm going to have to glass it out because I cannot squeegee over wrinkles like that. We don't want to do that. Again, over here, look, I have to glass out these wrinkles a little bit. All right. Excellent. Yes, so no matter what anyone says, air release only works so good. It does make the job a hell of a lot easier. I'll tell you that. But again, air is getting trapped. I have to lift it up a little bit to go a little faster. I want to move quickly. I don't want to move slowly. I don't want to be wrapping a hood for 3 hours. A hood, once you get up to speed, should take you 30 minutes at most, unless you're doing something a little fun like, you know, Subaru, WRX or STI or whatever, something with a scoop on it. But a regular average Joe hood shouldn't take you very long. All right, so look, what I want to do is lift the film up so that the film is going into the recess naturally. Okay, this creates zero tension. Yes, it's going to start to get bound up here. So there are certain types of wrinkles that we can squeegee over. We have these huge ones here, which we can't, and then we have these really fine ones, which we can usually. So depending on the film. But I mean, whether it's Vivid, 3M or whatever, you can squeegee over the small wrinkles like that. Up to an extent, you have to feel it. So it's all about reading them and feeling it out. Cool. So we haven't stretched into that recess whatsoever. What is okay to do right now is to stretch out, because we're stretching across this large area. And I'm not stretching a lot, guys. It's super minimal. So I'm going to put a little tension on it, just to keep it a little more smooth. And we're going to, when we squeegee, slice the wrinkles. So look at the directions that I'm pulling in to glass it out, all right? Pull a little bit in this direction. And once I get that down there, so these wrinkles are running this way, now I have to pull a little bit this way. Cool? Now, on top of that, I've left some air released right here. So I'm going to work the film mostly. See, there's a bit of an issue with the squeegee because it's not very soft, but it's not very flexible. So I have to make sure I'm being extra thorough. But yes, I'm going to work the air over to this section right here. See, the air is getting bound up over on this side right here. We cannot just glass things out. Again, I will reiterate that again. We cannot just glass it out and squeegee it. Look, air is trapped. And I love Avery, don't get me wrong. But any installer out there who's saying, yeah, just glass it out, you should be able to just glass it out and squeegee the whole thing is completely wrong. You want to argue with me on that one? Have fun, because there's a video showing that the air release only works so good, which is this video right here or any other videos that I've done. But, all right, so I held it up a little bit, kept a little tension on it, and made sure that we were getting all the air out. I'll reapply a little bit more shield guard to the buffer, So applying shield guard to the buffer controls it. We don't need to have shield guard all over the hood, dripping all over the car. It's just more to clean off afterwards. You know, we don't want to have to clean up all of it. So again, let's pick it up and let it go into the recess a little bit, all right? Is there a risk of picking up contaminants when you pick up the film? Of course. Clean the car properly and there won't be a high risk. I've repositioned film so many times and never picked up any contaminants. Again, there will be some minor little specks and little stone chips that are in the paint, and that's nothing you can do about that. All right, so again, we've laid into the recess. Super easy. What we can do now is fix up the wrinkles. I'm always pulling in the opposite direction of the wrinkles. This just released. It's fine, actually. All right, I'm always pulling in the wrinkles run this way. Watch, I have to pull this way, and they're gone. Cool, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually just hold it up now and squeegee super fast. I'm gonna finish this off and work the film, work all the air down to where my hand is. Because I'm holding it up. There's amazing air release. Look how fast I can squeegee. Why the heck would you want to sit there and wait forever for the air to come out of the film? Using only the air egress and not any actual physical ability. You want to waste your time? Go for it. All right, hood's wrapped. Let me stick the squeegee in there. What we need to do is trim it up. This is the fun part. This is how we get to see what it looks like. Be careful not to cut into the wiper blades, all right? Always be careful. I'm gonna take the film off from the edge. What I like particularly about these blades is you can have such a little bit out, all right? Such a tiny little click out. And that's so you don't cut too deep into things. Now you can't use that little blade and really cut underneath. You want probably one more click out, or at least where I like to cut most of the time is having about one blade fully out, all right? So that way I have a good base to cut on the opposite side for the blade to glide along. If the blade ends up being too short, it can be challenging to cut nicely. So it's all about finding a balance. So what I'm going to do here is just tuck it down. And I'm going to do my corners as I did in all my other corner videos, all right? Now this is a super easy part of the hood because it doesn't have any heavy bends, more in the middle and then the top section where the scoop is. But all in all, it's not a very difficult hood to give clean edges to. So again, right here, I'm going to pull down a little bit. Cool. Have I stretched the film a lot? No. I'll go over it with heat afterwards, but I'm not going to go over it with heat before I cut. But always go over your edges with heat before you cut. Don't always do what I do. Not until you're totally comfortable with your work. So there's still a bit of air in here. I'm going to try and get it out a little bit. And then I'll go over the whole thing afterwards. It's the squeegee. So if the squeegee is too firm, it's going to be challenging to curve it around these areas and stuff like that and in here. Because this is curved, regardless of what it looks like, it's not completely flat. So one thing I will do is I'll go over these top corners with heat, but that's it. This one is pretty basic. Switch across. And I'm about to trim it in like a minute. Just put that there. But I want to go over the very corners here with heat because there's more tension here. The rest of that is super low. All right, so I've got my heat gun right here. Just gotta plug it in. I'll just do a little bit here while I'm here. Why not? Might as well. I don't want to give you guys bad habits. It's not really a bad habit. You just got to be comfortable with how much you've pulled. So always heat before you cut. Beautiful. All right, let's cut it out. Pretty much do this all in one shot. Now what I want to do is I'm going to start using the GoPro as point of view for you guys so that you can get a good look at what I'm doing up close. Especially this fun stuff right here. I know you guys have a lot of questions of what this looks like, so unfortunately I can't keep moving the camera as I'm trying to work, because I am trying to get the job done at the same time. So get a little hung up here. Let's come back this way. Hood wrap is on the home stretch right now, so we're at just 20 minutes. What I'm going to do is lift it, close up all the edges, and seal the deal. Where is this latch? There it is. And it gives me a bit better access to the corners. Never ever skip this step. I'll show you what the edge looks like in a minute when I'm done. All right. Hood wrapped in 20 minutes. Sorry, my transmitter fell off. All right, we're good. Let's take the camera off and show you guys what's up. So yeah, we got a lot of leaves under there. I'm guessing it's kept outside, not a big deal. So look how close we are. I'll try and focus it. All right. Again, all the way around. Cool. Sorry that it's not focusing. There we go. All the way around, all right. Those are not scratches, they're just, it's just from the shield guard. So let's show you this side. Let's come around. So guys, let me know what you think about the color. It's gonna look pretty awesome. Haven't done one yet. As far as there's a little air there, see it? Right where my thumb is, right here, there's a little bit of air. There we go. This is not air, this is just shield guard. Cool. Let's put this back. And call that a day for that one. It's so tight in here right now, I have no room to walk around anything. I'll clean everything up in the end. You'll get to see it all when I'm done. Again, it's pretty straightforward. I've done one of these before. That crazy, extravagant one. Jose, his car actually is, I think he's changing the wrap now. But yeah, it's just over a year. So, and in the Miami sun. Anyways, hope you guys liked the video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you guys want to see more of what this starts to look like and what it looks like in the end, hit the subscribe button. Don't forget. Thank you for watching. Take care.